Family of 18-year-old Cartier Woods tells us he went into cardiac arrest. This all happened last night at Northwestern High School in Detroit. 7 Action News reporter Whitney Burney spoke to his family today about his recovery.
Those terrifying moments played out right here at Northwestern High School, where 18-year-old Cartier Woods has spent a lot of his time dribbling a ball. He's now down the road at Henry Ford Hospital working to recover. After spending years with a ball in hand.
No one could stop him. He just loved playing football, basketball. That's his #1 goal, what he wanted to do for his whole life.
Cartier Woods' dream to continue playing into college are currently on pause.
It's driving me crazy because I've been around him so long, but it's just driving us crazy. We're just asking for prayer.
Last night, during a basketball game at Northwestern High School, the senior collapsed. His family saying he went into cardiac arrest. The school district says they had an AED on hand. Paramedics delivered CPR for more than 40 minutes, according to family. Today, the 18-year-old is at Henry Ford Hospital in ICU.
It's so unexpectedly. I was actually on my way to bed, and I got the phone call. And I just started going on crazy, and then I just got on my hands and knees and started praying.
A scary moment sending shockwaves through his family, especially his aunt, who says he's more like a son to her.
He's been with me since he was a baby, and I'm just not sleeping. I haven't ate or drunk nothing since yesterday, and I just feel bad right now.
Woods' family says he's been playing sports since he was 10 and has no known heart conditions. As the teen continues fighting for his life, his family says they'll be right at his bedside praying for a miracle.
I just want to say we love you, Duke, and wake up, man. You keep on fighting and stay strong. It's just a little test from God, just to sit you down for a minute.
If you or someone you know would like to help out Woods' family during this time, we do have information at our website, WXYZ.com. Reporting here in Detroit, Whitney Burney, 7 Action News.
This is a tragic situation for the family and that young man. Our chief health editor, Dr. Partha Nandi, joining me now. Just a month ago, we watched the Bills player, right, Damar Hamlin, collapse on the football field. Now this young man in Detroit at Northwestern High School during the basketball game. What can cause these sudden cardiac events in well-conditioned young people?
That's what a lot of people are asking, right? So, Dave, sudden cardiac arrest is a sudden loss of heart function due to an abnormality that causes the heart to stop beating normally. Now, the most common cause in young people is hypertrophic cardiomyopathy. Now, here, the muscle cells in the heart's lower chambers thicken up. Next is coronary artery abnormalities. Now, blood vessels are abnormally connected to the main blood vessel to the heart. And during exercise, here's what happens. The heart may get a decrease in blood supply. And then there's myocarditis, which means the walls of the heart are inflamed. And this usually happens when a virus gets into the heart. Also, there's commotio cordis. We heard this with Damar Hamlin, which is caused by a hit to the chest directly over the heart at a specific time during the heartbeat cycle.
Well, the family of this young man, Cartier Woods, tells us that there were no known underlying health issues. So warning signs that parents can look for, additional testing that parents can put their young athletes through to try to help make sure they stay safe?
And this is, as a parent, I feel the same way. Some young athletes may have no symptoms at all, Dave, while others may experience warning signs like shortness of breath, chest pain, an abnormal heart rhythm, or fainting. As for testing, like an EKG, electrocardiogram, or an echocardiogram, which is an ultrasound of the heart, they are currently not recommended for mass screening because of the high false positive results. Now, some of the conditions are inherited, so it's very important that an athlete has a comprehensive medical history and physical examination. Lastly, male athletes are at greater risk than females, especially African American athletes. Here's what I think, Dave. I think we have to revisit this policy of not doing EKGs and echocardiograms. What is the cost of saving a young life? And we have to revisit this because it's happening far too often.
Yeah, no cost is too large, really.
Exactly. Look at this
right?
poor kid who's now on life support.
Yeah,
On a bitterly cold Friday night, family and friends lit candles for 18-year-old Cartier Woods.
And I just want him to wake up in the bed. That's my main concern.
Cartier, a senior at Northwestern High School in Detroit, went into cardiac arrest and collapsed Tuesday night during a school basketball game.
I was there, so I saw everything, and it was like I have to wake up every morning, go to sleep every night with that same thought in my head. It's just like really traumatizing, you know.
Now on life support, the people who love Cartier praying for a miracle.
We all praying every day, every moment, everybody. He had a lot of support.
And a lot of kind words.
We just built this close bond. Like, he was just such a real, just one of the realest friends I've ever met in my life. Always cared about all of us. He always checked up on us, even when he went to a new school.
An athlete for years, Cartier was always healthy and strong, making this even harder to grasp.
We're praying for you, Carter. You know you always been my baby, no matter what.
The fond memories helping ease the burden.
We love you, Cardi. Just get up. All you gotta do is wake up. We're here when you wake up.
Now, it is important to note that there was an AED at Northwestern High School when this occurred, as is the case in most Michigan schools. The state's High School Activities Association does require all head coaches of each high school team to have a current CPR certification. Reporting live in Detroit, I'm Andres Gutierrez.
Western High School basketball player who collapsed during a game last week has passed away. 18-year-old Cartier Woods suffered cardiac arrest last Tuesday. He had been on life support until today when he died. His family members remember him as a respectful, smart young man who had a love for sports and planned on attending college. Our thoughts are with his loved ones and the Northwestern High School community.
This afternoon, he went into cardiac arrest during a basket from the family of a Northwestern High School student this afternoon. He went into cardiac arrest during a basketball game last week. Cartier Woods has passed away. The 18-year-old collapsed during a game last Tuesday. He was rushed to Henry Ford Hospital where doctors were able to bring him back to life, but they then had to put him on life support. According to Detroit Public Schools, his vital signs were not improving, so his family chose to take him off of life support. The district says it will release details about funeral arrangements once they are made available.
A look at our own history. Mom.
All right, the community is rallying around a student athlete who is fighting for his life tonight. He's a senior. His name is Cartier Woods, and he collapsed on the basketball court during a game at Northwestern High School. CBS Detroit's Andres Gutierrez joins us live from Henry Ford Hospital on Grand Boulevard. Andres?
Rochelle, he was rushed here soon after his heart stopped beating. I spoke to the cousin of the victim just a few minutes ago, and she told me that he remains in the ICU tonight, hanging on. The coaching staff at Northwestern High jumped in immediately to give Cartier Woods CPR after he suffered a sudden cardiac arrest on the basketball court Tuesday. Doctors at Henry Ford Health brought the student athlete back to
Andres, I think what stands out to so many people is that this is someone who is clearly young, in high school, an athlete. That cardiologist you spoke with, did he share anything about the chances for survival for young people who suffer this?
He did, Rochelle, and a big factor is how quickly can you get oxygen back to the brain once the event happens. The quicker you do, the likelihood that you do survive goes up. The other thing is age. The younger you are, you also have a better chance of surviving.
And that's why you talked about those AEDs. Andres, thank you. Well, Wayne County is
We begin with a sad update.
The Northwestern High School basketball player who collapsed during a game last week has passed away. 18-year-old Cartier Woods suffered cardiac arrest last Tuesday. He had been on life support until today when he died. His family members remember him as a respectful, smart young man who had a love for sports.